The night call. He had spent the last of his savings on the cottage. He sat alone in a pocket of old woodland, the nearest neighbour half a mile away. 2 rooms, a slanted roof, a garden that had long since surrendered to bramble, but it was quiet. After years of city noise, the silence felt like a luxury he could barely afford. He told himself the move was worth it, a fresh start, nights dark and uncomplicated. He downloaded a bird call identification app, the sort hobbyists used. Nothing fancy, just something to help him learn the local wildlife. In the evenings, he'd sit outside with a mug of tea, letting the hedgerow chorus wash over him. The app identified the usual suspects: tawny owl, little owl, nightjar, wood pigeon. Once it flagged a fox scream, which made him laugh. It really did sound like a woman shouting in the distance. Foxes could make all sorts of strange noises. He'd heard they could chirp, bark, even yip like dogs. Then there was the other sound, a low rhythmic call from somewhere beyond the tree line. Hoo churr, hoo churr. The app couldn't classify it. Sometimes it guessed rare owl species, sometimes it offered nothing at all. He shrugged. Probably foxes, or some bird the app didn't have in its database. Nothing to worry about. But the sound kept returning, persistent, measured, almost conversational. One night, curiosity got the better of him. The call was closer than usual, drifting through the still air like a question. He grabbed his coat and stepped into the woods, following the sound along the narrow path that wound between the trees. The moon was thin, the ground soft with moss. It felt peaceful. Hoo churr, hoo churr. He imagined a fox, or a rare owl, or some odd bird migrating off course. His mind filled in shapes between the branches, nothing sinister, just the usual tricks of low light. Then he saw it. A tall figure stood ahead of him, back turned, half hidden by the trees. It was covered in feathers, long, dark, layered like a cloak. For a moment he thought it was a person in a costume, some idiot in a feathered ghillie suit, a poacher in camouflage, a prankster. He almost called out. Then the head turned. Only the head. A full smooth swivel, silent, precise, while the body remained perfectly still. 2 pale eyes caught the moonlight, and the air around it shifted. Not wind, not movement, more like the space it occupied was slightly misaligned, as though it was standing half a step to the left of where it should be. He froze. His imagination detonated. What if it wasn't a costume? What if it wasn't human at all? What if it had been calling to him? The figure tightened, a subtle drawing in of its limbs, and that was enough. He ran. Branches whipped his face. Roots snagged his boots. Behind him he heard wings, heavy, deliberate, beating through the trees with a force that didn't sound like any bird he knew. He didn't look back. He didn't want to see how close it was. He burst from the tree line, sprinted across the garden, and slammed the cottage door behind him. He locked it. Then he stood there, chest heaving, listening. The woods went silent. He didn't sleep. The next night, just after midnight, he heard it again. Hoo churr, hoo churr, right outside the window. He held his breath. Then came the tapping, light, deliberate, testing, along the window sills, as though it was checking for weaknesses. The night after that, he returned, and the next, sometimes on the roof, sometimes at the back door, sometimes right beneath the bedroom window, so close he could hear the faint rustle of feathers. He thought about leaving, packing a bag, running, but the cottage had taken everything he had. There was nowhere else to go, so he stayed, and every night the call came. Hoo churr, hoo churr. Patient, measured, waiting. It knew where he lived now, and it had wings.